Bismillah, wassalatu wassalam, ala Rasulillah, wa ba'd. In the name of Allah, and the salutation be upon His last and final messenger, Muhammad, peace be upon him. Welcome back again, and I'm Omar Jamaykee, and we've been discussing affairs that weakens one Iman. As we have discussed and pointed out, certain factors that can assist in the increase of one's Iman. So now it's important to discuss some affairs that does affect one's Iman in a negative way. And of the things that affects one's Iman in a negative way is the person not fulfilling acts of worship correctly. So, and the person with this one, compared to the one before, where the person, he does not do of acts of worship. But you might find that sometimes a person may fulfill an act, but it is not fulfilled in the proper manner. So the Muslim have to ensure that what he fulfills in any aspect of Islam, it is done in a proper manner as outlined by Islam, without one adding anything or trying to remove anything from that act. So if one prays, make the salah, one make the salah in a way outlined by Islam. One do not seek to add anything that the Prophet, peace be upon him, did not add, nor should one seek to remove something that was not, that we do not need to remove, but stick to everything as outlined and taught by the Messenger, peace be upon him. So the person not fulfilling something properly, it can affect his Iman, as he does not reap the full benefit of that act. He does not gain the full reward attached to that act, and becomes deficient. And the Muslim is the one who seeks perfection in the things that he carries out, ensuring that his act is according to the Quran and the Sunnah as outlined in both these two texts. So the Muslim have to ensure that his worship, it is done as precise as possible, without deficiency. And this shows that a person who fulfills this act with preciseness, it shows the person of a great concern for what he's doing. And it shows that a person, Iman, it can increase through this, where the person is concerned regarding his action being done in the correct manner. As for the person who does the act without paying much attention to the act being fulfilled correctly, this is a sign of weak Iman, that a person is not in tune with his Lord in the manner that he should. So he fulfilled this act in a way of negligence. And this sometimes is a sign of the hypocrite, that they do things out of negligence. They do things out of not understanding what is to be done correctly. And we have found that in the Quran they have mentioned concerning the first chapter that those people have gone astray. That Allah also mentioned that they are those whom Allah is displeased with them and angry with them. And the Prophet, he mentioned these people, they are the Jew, as they knew the text of revelation, but they did not act upon it, so they were cursed. And also it is mentioned that those who went astray, that they are the people of the book, who are the Christians, whom they worshipped, but based upon ignorance. They worship not knowing the proper way as to how to fulfill that act. So they went astray. So the person who wishes to worship Allah have to maintain that his worship is carried out correctly. He has the proper understanding, and also this act is manifest properly as outlined by Islam, without him adding or removing anything from this. So these are the things that one has to be very careful of, regarding things that may affect one Iman in a negative manner, in a negative way. Thing that is done without being precise, as this may cause harm to the individual and harm maybe to others. So the sign of weakness of Iman, and it can affect a person's Iman in a negative way, is doing things improperly, doing things out of order, not in the proper order. So the person who is praying, but he's praying at a time that he chooses, he's doing the act out of its proper time. Or the person is praying and he's not keen concerning the way to pray correctly. So you might find this person, he's just making movements that may not gain him the reward that he's seeking. And it shows this person that he is very lax as to how he worship Allah. As Allah have taught His Prophet a precise way as to how He, Allah, wish for this act to be fulfilled. And now this servant is not carrying out this act in its proper way. So the servant have to ensure that the worship that is being fulfilled, it is done precisely and properly. And if it is not, then it becomes a sign of hypocrisy. As Allah mentioned in His book, that the hypocrites, that they pray out of laziness. They do not pray the proper way. They pray in a manner which is not in accordance to the way the Prophet had taught. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, taught us that you should pray as I have prayed. So the Muslim have to ensure that his salat, his prayer, it resembles the prayer of the Prophet. That when one pray, he pray as the Prophet prayed. The same way that the Prophet prayed. As this is a sign of this person's Iman being strong. And if the person does not pray as the Prophet prayed, then it shows that the person's Iman is weak. He is not concerned regarding his obedience to Allah and also his obedience to the Messenger. And it shows that the person is more inclined towards his own obedience, following of his own desire. It shows the person is not submissive to Allah and to His Messenger. So he goes about implementing that act in the manner that suits him. So the Muslim have to be careful of this. That whatever we are prescribed by Allah, if it is to be fulfilled in a particular way, a specific way, then we have to ensure that it is done as we have been taught, without adding nor subtracting anything from this. An example, a person perform Hajj at a particular time of the year, at a particular city, doing this act in a particular manner and order. If the person choose to go at a different country, a different place to carry out this act, at his time, and also he does what he desires, then this shows that the person is not a true worshipper of Allah. And it shows a weakness of the person, Iman, where Hajj, pilgrimage, is to be done at a particular time of the year, in a particular place, in a particular manner. And if the person does Hajj, or what he deems as Hajj, in a particular place, at his time, in the form that he have outlined, then this is not what is expected from the Muslim. As this, it shows contradiction in the person's Iman. It shows a weakness in the person's Iman, as he is not, in truth, following the Prophet, peace be upon him. So in looking at one's Iman, and the thing that affects it in a negative way, is ensuring that one does not fulfill acts of worship and practice of Islam outside, without it being done correctly. So the Muslim have to ensure this, either by asking others who can give direction, those who are qualified, or by the person reading correct books, reading the tradition of the Prophet regarding how he did of this act, and the person carried out this act as the Prophet, peace be upon him, has taught us. And this he has shown in many aspects of his life. Regarding Salat, he told the Muslim and taught the Muslim, pray as you have seen me pray. Regarding Hajj, he says, take the example of my Hajj. And in his conduct, he have told the Muslim that the best of you are the best of you in conduct, I am the best of you in conduct. So these are things that affects one Iman in a negative way, doing things not in the proper way. And at this point, we come to an end to yet another program, and stay with us for following programs regarding affairs that weakens one's Iman. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.